Welcome to Tame Your Talent. My name is Brad J. I'm your host. Now, does that sound good to you? Seriously. Welcome to Tame Your Talent. I'm Brad J. I'm your host. Does that sound good to you? Of course it doesn't. It sounds slow. It sounds lethargic, right? Right? Well, what I want to talk about now is energy level. You've got to be fired up. If you're trying to be an announcer, if you're trying to lead the way and talk to 30 people and teach them what you want to teach them, coming out just like, hey, this is me, that doesn't do it. That's why I want to talk about energy level. I mean, it sounds like, oh yeah, obvious, you need energy level. But you'd be surprised how many people I've worked with in the announcing world who don't have the energy level. And can you imagine a host who's just like this energy level, hey, coming up is this, and coming up is this, and this person's over here, and this person's happening over here. Can you imagine that? And let's over to you, Doug. Thanks, Brad. Yeah, well, the guys are looking pretty good out here today. That doesn't work. That's absolutely horrible. You cannot have one announcer with energy level here and one with energy level down here. It doesn't work. You can't do it, right? You can't do it. So what do? You have to manufacture that energy level. And one of the biggest jobs that I do is a job called Nitro Circus, Travis Pastrana's Nitro Circus, where I travel the world and I announce different Nitro Circus events. The energy level for that 2-hour show is off the charts. I got veins bulging out of my head. I got veins here. I'm winded. I mean, that job alone, the energy level you have to increase for a 2-hour show is harder than even doing a 10-hour show. So it's a little different, but energy level is so important. It's one of the most, important attributes when it comes to stirring the emotions of the people that are actually watching it. All right? Can you imagine just having no energy and the audience can't get into it if you have no energy? They want you to hype them up, and especially in the US. If we lived in Europe and you went to a soccer match, or football as they like to call it, everyone, all the fans have energy. The announcers don't even need it, but they do. Goal! You know all that stuff they do? Well, that's energy level, and energy level is so more important than some people even give it credit for. People want to be entertained, and you have to be entertained. You got to have energy. So what do? You also want to build energy. When you're getting to an event and you know that you're going to be announcing for, let's say, 8 hours, you have a long event, you don't come out of the blocks at 100. Because where do you go from 100? You're going to have to go down. So yes, energy level is proper to build too. If you're starting out in the morning, like let's say if I'm doing a snowboarding event and I'm starting out in the morning and it's practice and you're on the mic, you take it easy a little bit. You kind of pace yourself. Maybe you have the DJ throwing some reggae. Maybe you sip a little latte or something like that. Whatever the case may be, you start mellow and you build with the excitement. And that is what's so important about the energy. You want to be able to do that. And you also want to be able to set the mood of the crowd. So when you build it, so if you're introducing someone, and let's say, I call this the score reveal. Like a guy just finishes whatever he's done, and they're waiting for the score to come in, and you're the announcer. So you're talking in kind of a monotone. Well, he needs to beat an 85.6 to move into first place. The score coming in. Has he done it? Yes, he does. The score, a 95.8. Put your hands together. Do you see what I'm saying? See how I built it? Drama before the build, and then hit the home run with the build and take it all the way. And I'll tell you one other thing. If you're out there and you're going out late at night, you're not going to have the energy level. So if you're hired to do a job and be there on time and deliver a show and have the proper energy level for your body, you need to eat right, you need to sleep right, you need to be prepared. And above all, that's going to give you the energy level that you need to be successful. So that's what we talk about when we talk about your energy level here on Tame Your Talent. TameYourTalent.com, that's the website. Tame Your Talent on social media. And I always love to hear from you. Send me an email, tameyourtalent@gmail.com. That's it, energy level. It's pretty darn important. He's got it too.